Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and we're taking a look at the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders as they have a pair of big signings, one on each side. We'll be taking a look at those today in this video. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey and want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. Now let's take a look at some of these signings for the New York Islanders and the New York Rangers. Alright, so you guys know how the story goes. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, make sure to check out our Instagram and Twitter handles at goalline_hockey. Links will be in the description down below, as well as playing throughout the video. And make sure to check out our Patreon, where you could pay as little as $5 a month, as much as $20 a month, or continue to do what you're doing and just watching these videos, because all of it is supporting the channel in as little of a way or as big of a way as possible. Any amount of support is much appreciated, guys. Make sure to tell your friends about this channel as we continue to grow. Try to get to 650 by the end of next week. So let's take a look at some of these signings. So the first one was yesterday, as the New York Islanders signed defenseman Ryan Pulock to a 2-year, $10 million contract. Ryan Pulock is 26 years old. He is a Manitoba native, which a lot of people thought maybe he could go to Winnipeg, but I'm very happy that is not the case. He's 26 years old, right shot defenseman, former 15th overall pick back in 2013, which is looking like a steal for the New York Islanders. Just looking at that draft, I mean, you've got some pretty solid players, but I mean, I would say, damn, that was a pretty stacked class. But you have like Sam Morin, Max Domi, Josh Morrissey, and Alex Wenberg. They all went right before Ryan Pulock. And Nikita Zadorov went right after to the Buffalo Sabres. Oof. Man. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. So Ryan Pulock with the New York Islanders has been legit. He has been good with the Islanders. In his 234 games in the NHL, he has over 100 points. Last season, he put up 35 points in 68 games, 10 points in the postseason in 22 games on the Islanders' road to the Eastern Conference Final in the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs in the bubble playoff year. He looked very solid, and he has been grown that much more under Barry Trotz. He is fit so well in his system, just the way he approaches things. And it took Ryan Pulock a while to get going in the NHL. Under Garth Snow, the Islanders' former general manager, he didn't really seem to give Pulock much of a shake. From 2014 to 2017, Ryan Pulock only played in 15 NHL games in the 2015-2016 season. For a couple of years, he was exiled in Bridgeport, put up 29 points in Bridgeport, 24 points, 46 points in his final season in Bridgeport before finally coming to the NHL. And he has done nothing but do great things. His first 3 seasons, 32 points, 37 points, 35 points this year. But remember, he played in 20 less games than last year. Ryan Pulock was on pace to put up 40 to 45 points this year with the New York Islanders, which is impressive. This is a really good move by the Islanders. Now, you got to look at the details of this. Ryan Pulock is 26 years old. At the conclusion of this deal in 2 years, he will be 28 years old. Now, that's something to keep in mind because he'll be 28. Now, if you know anything about restricted free agents and stuff like that, in 2 years, he will be able to walk away right into the UFA market from the New York Islanders. Now, that was accounted for in this contract. So he's only getting $5 million per for the next 2 years, which is a sweetheart deal by Lou Lamoriello. But in 2 years from now, he will be getting what the market feels he is worth. Whether it goes up $1 million or it goes up $3 million. It depends on how Ryan Pulock does with the Islanders over the next couple of years. Now you can look at it one of two ways. Ryan Pulock is being walked right into free agency by the Islanders, and he's going to have all the leverage. Or you could look at this as soon as next off season, Lou Lamoriello can once again bring up the question in terms of re-signing Ryan Pulock, because you can re-sign a guy a year ahead of time before their contract expires to extend that contract. So next year at this time, Ryan Pulock will be able to re-sign again that big long-term contract with the Islanders, which, if you know anything about Lou Lamoriello, if you have time, why not use it? And you look at where the Islanders are right now, and I think this makes sense for Lamoriello. They're already tight up against the cap. And over the next 2 years, you still have Casey Cizikas on the final year of his deal, Cal Clutterbuck. So right there, that's $7 million in cap space. Leo Komarov comes off the book. That's $10 million. And you also have guys like Hickey at 2.5. He'll come off. So the Islanders legitimately will have a lot more cap space in 2 years from now. And they will be able to give Ryan Pulock that big contract that he will deserve. And in the meantime, the Islanders can see themselves in a window right now. They have a little under $4 million in cap space right now, which is not enough for Barzal. So they're going to have to figure this out. They're going to have to move Johnny Boychuk, Nick Leddy. If those rumors come back up, I don't know who it is, but the Islanders are going to have to move somebody to of somewhat significance. They have those 2 second-round picks. They're going to have to move him out. But this could be a good move if the Islanders extend Ryan Pulock next year or in 2 years. They're going to have the money in 2 years to re-sign Pulock. The question is, what moves do they make in the meantime? That's Lou Lamoriello's question to answer. But the Islanders look comfortable right now. If everything goes according to plan, Lamoriello should be able to get Pulock locked up long-term and Pulock him to a long-term contract with the Islanders. Pun absolutely intended, guys. So that's it for the Islanders. We talked about that for 6 minutes. Let's take a look at the New York Rangers' Ryan Strome signing a 1-year, $4.5 million contract. I like the 2 years at $9 million for Ryan Strome. $4.5 million per season. I like this contract, guys. This is a good contract for Ryan Strome, a former New York Islander. This kid is a very legit player. And listen, this guy has done everything that you could ask of a player that came in from Edmonton, that was exiled up there from the Islanders, a former 2011 5th overall pick of the New York Islanders. And you look at how he resurged last year. I mean, he really struggled. His last season with the Islanders put up 30 points. His first season in Edmonton, he put up 34. In the 2018-2019 season, he put up 2 points in 18 games with Edmonton. And then 33 in 63 games with the Rangers. And most recently, he puts up 59 points in 70 games with the Rangers this year. Ryan Strome's legit. 254 points in his career, almost 500 games. This kid is a very solid player, and I think the New York Rangers know what they have in this guy, and they need him. I mean, you look at their center depth behind Ryan Strome. I mean, you've got guys that can play center. Let's be honest. They have plenty of guys that can play center, but it weeds away at their depth. Because when you look here, you've got the wingers. You've got Capo, Lafreniere, Panarin, Buchnevich. But then down the middle, it gets a little bit more interesting because, you've got Zibanejad, Strome, Hedel, Howden. I believe Kravtsov, guys, can play center. Let me check real quick. Vitaly Kravtsov, I believe, was drafted as a center by the New York Rangers. Let me just check real quick. I don't want to give you guys false information. Vitaly Kravtsov. Let's take a look at this young guy. Where is he? Vitaly Kravtsov is... God, they have a lot of buyouts, too. Vitaly Kravtsov is a right winger. Okay, so, yeah, the Rangers are a little bit weak in that regard. Morgan Baran will likely play with the Hartford Wolfpack this year. He's a center. Patrick Kodorenko, I think that's how you say it. He's also a center. Patrick Noel, Johnny Brodzinski, and Gabriel Fontaine are their center depth. So it's a little bit weak behind Ryan Strome. You have Zibanejad. You have Ryan Strome. You have Filipino and Brett Howden, who are capable, but we don't know their full potential yet. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of the signings of New York Islanders defenseman Ryan Pulock and New York Rangers forward Ryan Strome? Let me know your opinions on the two Ryans signing in New York. Let me know your comments in this comment section down below. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey and want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.